message. He wants clarification on what constitutes a valid break of the right shoulder. And in the practice project towards the end, we were asked to reflect on our performance. And yeah, you've done that exactly. So I just want clarification, because I think there was one that was a little bit ambiguous or not the clearest on that practice project. So I can understand the question. So quite a bit of clarification on this and what constitutes the break of a shoulder. Right. So let's have a look at this one. I would put this back up. This originally, so price comes down, it bounces. This is the neckline here, because this is the right shoulder. This here originally, as price develops, we push higher. We've got a wick that is higher. Okay, a wick that is higher than the wicks here. So our original right shoulder has been exceeded by a wick. That isn't enough. We need both. We need a body as well, at least one body, to have exceeded any previous body of the original right shoulder. And we do have that. So here, that body there is higher than that, and that wick is higher than that. So therefore, both conditions are fulfilled. And so this becomes the new right shoulder here. Now, in this circumstance, we don't need to move the neckline, because there's still the lowest point between the two, the head and the right shoulder, is here. So this is not an issue. So we don't have to move the neckline, but that's what constitutes it. It has to be the wick has to be higher than any previous wick that happened, and the body needs to be higher than any previous body. The body doesn't have to close above the wick. It just has to close above the original right shoulder's body. Or the other way around, if we're looking at inverted head and shoulders, it has to close below the body, obviously. It has to be lower down. So yeah, hopefully that clarifies things. Got to be both. Got to be two distinct criteria to actually be able to reset the right shoulder. If we'd have had a push down lower, so price had come down here and then gone back up here and closed down here somewhere, and gone back up, then we'd have had to move the neckline, because then the new lowest point would be down here. And so we'd have to drag the neckline down, and then we're still waiting for a break, close, and retest again of that level. Another question as well with regard to trend. Let me have a look. What did you view on this question? Well, yeah, while drawing weekly trend lines, is it okay if they pass? Oh, yes. Sorry, I missed. Well, I did read it, but I missed doing it here. Right, so back to Shafiq. While drawing weekly trend lines, is it okay if they pass through the bodies of some candles to connect to the next pivot? There was a discussion in the academy regarding this. Can we have my view on it? Yeah, absolutely. That's fine. Yeah, that is absolutely fine. What you do, your weekly trend lines are for your benefit to actually give you advantage in the chart. So if you connect two pivots together and there's a few candles in between, but thereafter that weekly trend line has been really respected, then keep it in your charts. Absolutely. There's not an issue with that. Absolutely. I rarely do go through, let's have a look, see. I rarely do go through bodies of candles. But let's say I was coming off this pivot here. I'm not, but let's say this was a pivot I was coming off, and I was trying to attach it to that pivot high there, or well, this one's a better example here. Well, I'd have to pass through a lot of bodies here, but if this proved to be really, really respected thereafter, then yeah, I'd keep it in the chart. That's fine. So yes, the answer is you can do that, but it has to prove itself. Not a very good example, that one, because there wouldn't be very much price action to compare the weekly trend line with thereafter, or interaction with it.